But did you meet Steve Jobs, have any relationship with him?
I did. I met Steve Jobs, and then Steve Jobs ended up having a huge impact on my life, especially when I started Salesforce. It was a very, very meaningful and powerful relationship, and I wouldn't be the person I am, and Salesforce would not be the company it is without Steve Jobs.
Now, when Salesforce was started, you started a system of having people develop applications, apps, and you had the name of the App Store. And then can you tell how that revolved?
Well, this was a really weird situation. So in 2001, Salesforce was like 18 months old or something, and I got an invitation to fund something called College Track was starting, which was being put together by Steve Jobs' wife, Lorraine Powell Jobs. And so we ended up doing it, and then there was a dinner afterwards, and I was like, oh, this is going to be some incredible, huge dinner. And I go to the dinner, and Lorraine had forgotten to make a reservation, and it was packed. So Steve's like, I'm not leaving until the table opens. Now, I won't go into the aspects of his personality, but just know we weren't leaving. So he's like, you want to see something cool? I'm like, well, yeah. So he goes out of his back pocket, he goes, well, I just introduced this last week. It's the iPod. And he had an iPod, and I'm like, well, that's pretty cool. And he's like, yeah, I got 1,000 songs in my pocket. What do you think about that? I'm like, I like it. And he's like, yeah, you can turn it like this, and all the laws, you click this, da-da. That is really cool. And then I said to him, you know, it's kind of like a computer. You could probably build a little application there, and that screen could be color. You could probably even have movies. And it probably wouldn't be that hard, and it'd be really awesome. And he goes, we'll never do that. That's the dumbest idea I've ever heard. So then at the end, we have this nice long dinner. It goes on for hours. And at the end, then he says, well, Mark, do you need some help running Salesforce? And I go, well, maybe. And he goes, well, if you really need help, you better come and see me in my office, and I will help you. So then I kind of got my courage up, and we went down there, and I took my two co-founders with me, and we're demoing Salesforce. He goes, well, this is shit. And then he's like, you know what, Mark, there's 3 things you better do, and you better do it right now. And I'm like, okay, what are they? Number 1, you better go get the biggest customer you possibly can get, somebody like Avon. Avon it was. 2, said, now, I want you to really understand this. You are going to be 10 times larger in 24 months, or it is over for you. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yes, sir. 10 times larger in 24 months. And one last thing. Yes? You need to go build an application economy. Well, what does that mean? I don't know, but you better go figure it out. And I said, thank you very much. And we walked out of the building and got in our car and drove home, and my co-founders' mouths were open. And I could not figure out the first 2 are easy. I could not figure it out. Then I kind of had a dream where I saw that we could have in our application a marketplace where other developers could maybe build on our platform and then insert things in it, and then we could, have a catalog of things. And I'm like, this is like an app store. And I called up our lawyer at the time, and I registered the trademark app store. And then what happened is we got a call. Steve Jobs wants us to come down for a major announcement on the Apple campus. So then we are down there, and we're in this big Apple auditorium, and it's a big production, and the videos are going, and Steve walks out in his jeans and the black t-shirt and the whole thing. And he says, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to announce my greatest invention of all time, App Store. And my employees who are sitting around me, you could hear them have an audible gasp. The production went on, and at the end, the whole auditorium emptied out, and Steve was down at the stage at the bottom. I said, I'm going to give you a gift. He goes, well, what gift can you give me? And I said, I'm going to give you the trademark for App Store and the URL for no charge, because thank you for everything you've done for me. And he goes, well, it's not going to be anything. You know the App Store is never really going to work out, right? It's not going to be that big.